Hello boys and girls, this is our first project, a fall landscape. Please make sure, if you haven't already, on my Google slide, you click on the laptop to learn about what we're doing. And then if you need to know what materials to use, please click on the orange star by the paintbrushes and that will tell you what supplies you need. If you don't have a supply, that's okay. You can use green paper because the ground is green, or white paper, or any paper, but I am going to use blue paper to get started. You can also draw in a pencil, but I'm going to go right ahead and I'm going to draw using black marker so you all can see what I'm doing. Again, I'm very flexible. You do not have to copy me, and you can draw yours however you'd like. So I'm going to start with the sky. The sky is the furthest thing away in the background. We want to have a good sky or background, and then we'll add details to the middle, and then we'll add details to the foreground or front, and then we'll color it in, and we'll make it look more and more exciting and interesting. So first, you want to put a sun in the sky. You can make a big sun, a small sun. You could put your sun in the corner. I am going to trace a circle. If you don't have a circle, that's okay. You can make a freehand sun, meaning draw it all by yourself. There we go. And it's up to you. Your sun can have lots of rays. Your sun can be shining down on the earth. You can just keep it a circle. You don't have to do what I do. Next, I want to put some clouds in my sky. I don't want it to be too cloudy because this is a nice fall day, but maybe I'll put 2 clouds for now in my sky. I can always add more. Next, I want you to think about what you see in the sky. Close your eyes. Pretend you're looking outside on a fall day. What could be up in the sky? Okay, I'm thinking an airplane maybe. So I'm going to draw an airplane. The best I can. Use your imagination. Then I'm going to put the engine of my plane down here. Then I'm going to have a window where the pilot would sit, emergency door, then I'm going to have more windows, maybe another emergency door, maybe I'll have some details on my wings, and there you have it, an airplane. I'm also thinking maybe there would be a gorgeous hot air balloon in the sky. So I'm going to make my hot air balloon with details. You always want to add details. It'll make your picture more interesting. I'm adding some stripes. And then hot air balloons would have strings and then a bucket to hold people in. There we go. Now if something's too hard to draw something easier. Like maybe a kite is easier to draw. So I'm going to make a diamond shape for a kite. Maybe I'll put some bows on my kite. And adding more details. Now let's think about other things we might see in the sky, like birds off in the distance. If birds are really far away, they would look more like this. We wouldn't really see any details. If a bird is closer, like I'm going to make an owl, and I'm going to have that owl closer. I'm going to give it big eyes. Woo, woo. Like an owl would have. I'm going to give my owl a round head, then a big body. Again, you can use pencil. I'm just outlining my work so you can all see it with black marker. There's my owl. He might need some feet. So we would see cardinals in the fall and crows. We might see blue jays. I'm going to draw a cute bumblebee. And you can draw realistic, or you can draw more of a cartoon style, like I'm doing. That's up to you. Don't forget, bumblebees have stripes. It will be black and yellow eventually. You want to make sure that you put details in your picture. Be creative. I'm going to give my bumblebee swirls as wings, and then, ooh, there's the stinger. And since I have a black marker, I'm going to go ahead and just make that black. Maybe I'll give him some eyebrows. There we go. Cute. So you can use your imagination, like maybe here, I'll add details to my owl. Maybe some eyelashes. Woo, this is fantasy. So does everyone see I'm only working on the sky? I'm not worrying about my farm or the barn or the animals on the ground yet. We want to build a really nice background first. And I'm still not done. I'm thinking maybe a helicopter. I'm going to add a helicopter here. And a helicopter has this spinning mechanism on top. And then, whoosh, there we go. And the helicopter doesn't fit, so it's going to go behind the airplane. And that's okay. You can draw things behind other things in real life. Because in real life, objects are in front of other objects. And then, so the helicopter can land, I'm going to do this. And here's a window and a door to get out. There we go. That's my helicopter. And now, maybe there's a bat in the sky. We see a lot of bats in the fall, especially hovering over farms because they want to sweep up the field mice. So up here, I'm going to make a bat. I'm going to give it sharp ears. Now, bats can be a little tough making these wings. I like to go up and then down. And then 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 bumps on the left. And this is going to finish the bat's body. Then I'm going to give it maybe some circle feet. There we go. And I know my bat's going to be black, so I'm going to go ahead and make the head black. I'll finish it later. Give my bat some eyes like that. Okay, maybe I'll put some lines. Woohoo! Okay, maybe I'll add another little detail or ribbon or bow on the string of my kite. Okay, and take a break and stop right there and take your time. You can rewind my video, you can add more details. You do not have to copy me. If you want to add something I didn't do, or maybe you want to add lots of birds or lots of clouds, that is up to you. To help you, I have different image pages to help you draw from. If you go to my Google slide and you click on the black book with the black star, you will see pages of pictures to help you. You can always draw from your imagination, but I like to look at pictures when I'm drawing. It's up to you, but these images are there to help you. So go ahead, pause this video, begin your sky only, and I'll see you back here in a little bit and we'll work on the middle ground and then eventually the front or the foreground. Again, if you click on the black star, you'll see pictures to help you. Okay, we've worked on our sky or images that are way off in the background. Before we do our middle ground or front or foreground, I want to color in some of our background. So for those of you that have not colored with me, no scribble scrabble. When you color, you stay in the lines. You also color going the same direction. That means no scribble scrabble. And we also don't leave spots behind when we're coloring, because that looks like we forgot to color in a part of our picture. So notice how I'm staying inside the lines of my sun. I'm not rushing, and I'm not leaving spots behind, but let's check. Uh-oh, I left a spot right there. Make sure you go over any of your spots, and if you color lightly, go over it again a few times to make your color stand out and be more vibrant. You can also add details, like I might take this darker yellow, and I might add some rays, sunshine, in between the lines I already made. Look at that. Next, don't just color everything the same color. I'm going to make different colors in each section of my kite. So if this was purple, should I make this purple? No. Pick a different color. I'm going to pick blue for this. And I'm just using crayons. You can use marker, colored pencil, anything you have. Don't get upset if you don't have a material. Use something different. Look at that. And maybe the next one I'll do green. Wow, look how nice and colorful. I'm also coloring in the lines. No scribble scrabble. And I'm not leaving spots behind. Maybe these little bows on the kite will be red. Okay, now the clouds. What color would clouds be? I'm going to make my clouds white. I want my drawing to be realistic. It's up to you if you want to use fantasy colors, but I think because this picture is all about the season of fall, I think it's a good idea to make your colors realistic, or make them look more like real life, what you would really see. So I have some white clouds. And if you want to, you can get creative and you can make, let's say, your helicopter or your plane any color you want. But something like a bumblebee, that should be black and yellow. That would be silly if you made your bumblebee a different color. So I'm going to make my bumblebee black. I'm going to skip. I'm going to put black here. Then I'm going to skip. And then I'm going to do black. And then in between, that's where the yellow is going to go, in between the black lines or stripes. And now I'm going to use my imagination, and I'm going to make the wings maybe like a very light blue. Remember, I'm staying in the lines, I'm not scribbling, and I'm not leaving spots behind. And if I do, I go back over them. Also, you can always add things to your drawing. I just realized I forgot a butterfly. So I'm going to draw a beautiful butterfly, and I'm going to give it a pattern, maybe some circles. Okay, so now you're going to watch me finish up on high speed. You can pause the video at any time, and then I want you to finish coloring just the details in your sky, and then next we'll go on to adding more details in the middle ground and eventually the foreground. And it's up to you. You can just work on the sky for today, you can work on the next part tomorrow, or you can work on all your art in one day. That's up to you. This video will always be here for you to pause and come back to. And there you have it. My background, or sky, is complete. Get ready. Next we're going to work on the middle ground, the middle area, and then eventually the front or the foreground. If you'd like to pause the video for today, if you've had enough, that's fine, and you can pick up tomorrow and continue our fall landscape whenever you're ready. Okay, now we have to add our barn. This will not look like a farm without a barn because we need a barn to show where the animals would live, where the farmers would work, where the hay would be kept. So you're going to draw a farmhouse or barn somewhere you have space in the middle. If you have something square at home that you want to trace, you can, or you can do this freehand. It's up to you. Make sure you leave room at the top for the roof, and make sure there's room on either the left or the right for the silo, which holds all the hay. So I'm going to make my farmhouse or barn right about here. And I'm just going to go right on with the crayon. There we go. And I'm going to finish all on my own because I know not everybody has shapes to trace. You can also use a ruler if you want. Okay, there we go. You're probably thinking this doesn't look much like a barn, so I'm going to make a rooftop. And then I'm going to draw, there's more room on this side. This kind of looks like a chimney, but it's actually where farmers keep all the hay for the animals. Okay, next. Still doesn't look too much like a barn. I'm going to take my white and I'm going to color this in white. And then I'm going to make a nice window up here where the roosters can stick their heads out. And very importantly, I'm going to make a nice wide door. And then I'm going to divide the door in half. So now I have two doors. Barn doors should open nice and big and wide. They have to be big so the horses can get through. But it still doesn't really look like a barn door. The trick is to make an X in one door, then make an X in the other door, and now you have a farmhouse or a barn. So two doors with X's in each of them. And now my favorite part, we want to color our barn red so people will know exactly what it is. And like I taught you before, we always color in the lines. Try to color the same direction, meaning no going like this, no scribble scrabble. And don't leave spots behind. If you leave a spot behind, please go back over it. Sometimes I like to color light and then keep going over what I colored in again and again and again until it's perfect, like I'm doing right now. And there you have it. My farm, and the sky is complete. So now we're going to work on the middle ground, the middle part, and then eventually the floor or the front, also called the foreground. So we're going to add some pumpkins. You might not have a lot of room, so you want to make 3 medium, small pumpkins. I'm going to draw mine with circles, and it's okay if they go in front of the barn because in real life things are in front of other things. I'll make another one here, and then I'll make another one, maybe a bigger one, over here. You could do 1, you could do 2, you could do 3. These are going to be your pumpkins. I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to give you a moment to go get some glue, and if you have orange construction paper, if not, it's okay. You can just use an orange crayon or a marker. But if you have orange construction paper or glue, please go get it, and I'll see you back here. Okay, next we're going to make a collage. I know that's a new word for many of you. C-O-L-L-A-G-E. C-O-L-L-A-G-E. Collage. Can everyone say that? Collage is a fancy French word that means to glue. So when we make a work of art and we glue paper, it's called making a collage. So we're gonna tear paper and we're gonna make a torn paper pumpkin collage. So I'm gonna rip little pieces of paper. They should be about the size of your fingernail. That's too big. And this, that's too small. So I'm gonna rip some paper and have fun with it. And then I'm gonna start making my collage. I'm gonna glue paper together to make a work of art. So if you have Elmer's glue, wonderful. If not, you can always use a glue stick. And I'm just gonna make some dots here. 1, 2, 3, count with me. 4, 5, 6. And then I'm gonna take my torn paper, my ripped paper, and I'm gonna glue it down. And I wanna get rid of all the white spots. And these are gonna become orange circles or little torn paper collaged pumpkins. You get any on your fingertips, I just go like this. Rub your fingertips together and the glue will dry up. So I missed a spot here, I missed a spot there, I missed a spot there. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. Okay, then I'm going to add some more spots for where my torn paper is going to go. You want to take your time with this. Sometimes I go faster because I'm the teacher, or I might speed up the video, but you can always pause the video, take a break. You can always continue tomorrow. You want to spend time on your artwork. It's not a rush. You don't get anything if you finish early. Okay, I'm almost done. It's starting to look really good. So again, get familiar with the word. Say collage. Collage. It means to glue, usually paper, in order to create a work of art. Uh-oh, my hands are getting a little sticky. I'm just going to rub them. And the glue dries up and comes off. So now I need some more pieces. And that should be enough. And now I'm going to finish adding glue to my circle shape. I'm going to see if I ripped enough pieces to finish my pumpkin shapes. When these are done, they're going to look so adorable. Again, if you don't have orange paper or glue, you can always just use a marker or just make pumpkins with a crayon. It's up to you. Don't be sad if you don't have something. We do the best with what we have. Okay, you want to cover up any glue that you see squeezing out. Glue will dry clear. You probably won't see it, but you might have like a little bit of glue squeezing out that you want to cover up. And maybe I'll take, let's see, maybe over here. I'll put my last piece over here. I'm going to press down, make sure that they're not going to fall off. And they're going to need about 10 to 12 hours or 1 day to dry. I'm going to zoom out. And now you're going to watch me on fast forward, sped up, finish these two, and then you'll finish your pumpkins on your own. And there you have it. Look how adorable these cute little pumpkins are. And you made them all by yourself by ripping and tearing and gluing paper, also called collage. And they have their own unique feel to them. And your artwork is going to look so special. We need to let this dry, so you can please pause the video and then come back and we'll work on this together some more. Boys and girls, you did it! You finished part 1 of our fall landscape. Next week, we're going to continue working on the second part of the project. So please don't throw these papers away. Don't let anything happen to them. We're not finished yet. Next week, I'm going to guide you through how to create a middle ground or things to put in the middle of your picture. And we're going to talk about a foreground, which are the things that will go in the front of the picture. We're going to add more details, such as faces on our pumpkins. We're going to add stems on them. We're going to add animals, more animals to our picture. We're also going to add a fence in the front of our picture. So this is going to get more and more exciting. So far, you should have created a sky in your picture. You also should have created some type of barn or farmhouse. And you should have made several torn paper pumpkins. So hopefully you're all caught up. If not, continue working. And next week on my Art Google slide, I will guide you through the second part of the project. Please don't throw these out. Please put them in a safe spot. You will need this paper to continue your work. All right, I can't wait to see these when they're finished. And I'll see you back here next week.